This afternoon's video is going to be pretty quick. It's really just going to be talking about how there are different factors that can affect the rate of photosynthesis. So I'm going to go over and start writing to explain the three different types that we'll discuss. So the first one is going to be temperature. So if I just set up a very simple graph where temperature will run along the x-axis, where from left to right we're talking cold, middle being warm, and far right being very hot in terms of temperature, so increasing temperature from left to right. And then over here we have the rate of photosynthesis. What will happen? There will be an increase initially. Temperature is the rate of molecular movement, so therefore molecules can move quicker. So think of context of photosynthesis. Molecules that we work with. Carbon dioxide. If carbon dioxide is moving quicker, it can enter in the Calvin cycle quicker. Water. If water is moving quicker, you can kind of say that it's going to be broken down faster at photosystem 2. If you're looking at even the molecules of potentially the primary electron acceptor and the electron. So think of something that moves, and what would happen is it would be moving quicker at a more medium type temp. But what would actually happen eventually is you're going to have a downward event, so the rate's going to decrease. This is caused because of denaturing. But what's denaturing? Enzymes do, and enzymes in photosynthesis could be the enzyme that breaks down water at photosystem 2. So you can say, if that enzyme active site denatures, water can no longer fit, and therefore electrons can't be removed to fulfill the reaction center. Or you can talk about NADP reductase, if that active site goes. So you kind of just relate it more specifically to photosynthesis. The next factor is going to be light intensity. So if I increase from left to right light intensity, and this still is going to be the rate of photosynthesis, you get an initial increase because light intensity is really the amount of photons. So if you have more photons hitting the plant, you're going to have more availability of electrons that are going to excite from the reaction center. So more electrons that excite, you're going to have more glucose production in the end. But it is going to plateau. That is because these enzymes that work can only work at such a specific speed. Having more photons strike them doesn't make them move any quicker. So there's only a certain capacity that this water enzyme that breaks down water at photosystem 2 can actually break down water. And if you hit that max speed for it, no matter how many photons strike, you can't replace the electrons quick enough. So therefore, the last one that we look at, I told you it's going to be quick, we look at water. So in terms of water production or availability of water, and then this is still same rate of photosynthesis. The graph for this one will look very similar to the light intensity. But the reasoning, if you have more water, you have more availability of electrons at photosystem 2. So if you can replace the electrons because you have more water, then the overall reaction can happen quicker. But eventually, as I said in the previous example, this enzyme can only work so fast. So therefore, if you reach that maximum capacity of work, no matter how much water is available, you are going to have a limited supply of glucose that can be made. So that's all I need to do to talk about that. So very quick. Hopefully that made sense.